In this video, we would like to share with you 2 simple ways to make jerk chicken drumsticks at home, in the charcoal grill and in an air fryer. For the charcoal grill method, the chicken got a lot of extra flavor from the smoking process, while with the air fryer, it's just a lot easier to take care of and a lot faster. Just marinate it, push the button, and let it go. We like both methods depending on how much cooking time, how much effort, and like the weather, what's going on, but both methods turned out so great and very juicy. First, let's marinate the chicken. We're using drumsticks here because they are easy to deal with compared to entire chickens. Here are the ingredients we are using. The list might look huge, but don't worry, we tested it. Even if you're missing a few ingredients here, it'll still be pretty much the same. We also listed some of the spices that we saw people frequently use in their jerk chickens from some of the other recipes. It's just that we didn't have them, so we kind of skipped them. However, there's one thing that you can't skip, and that's the allspice, which is like the spirit and the most important ingredient for jerk chicken. Add 1.5 tablespoons of whole allspice berry, together with 1 tablespoon of black peppercorn, and grind them. Rinse, peel, cut, and slice everything here into small pieces, so they can fit into a food processor. For the pepper, if you can find scotch bonnet peppers, they'll be the best. Otherwise, just use habaneros like we did. Even though you see 2 peppers in this video, it ends up being pretty spicy for my wife. So if you can't handle heat very well, start with 1 habanero and remove the seeds. You can even use jalapenos and some cayenne pepper if you want to be in more direct control of how spicy you want it to be. Grind everything into a thick paste. It smells so good already. It probably helped to wear glasses when you open the food processor. The air becomes really spicy with the onions and the habanero. Add the allspice and the thick paste onto the chicken, together with 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and an 1/8 cup of oil. Make sure to wear gloves and mix everything well. Because of the habaneros, it can irritate your skin if you're not careful. Toss it into a Ziploc bag, give it a nice shake, and leave it in the fridge overnight. The next day, it's finally time to cook. Feel free to skip this part if you don't have a charcoal grill. We use 100% natural charcoal here. It's not recommended to use the instant lighting charcoal or any of the lighter cubes and stuff because it might add chemical flavor to the chicken. Instead, just fill the chimney with charcoal and light up some newspaper and wait about like 15 minutes. While waiting for the charcoal, soak 2 cups of wood chips for about 15 minutes. We use hickory, but you could probably use apple and any really other kind you want. Take the chicken out of the bag. Grease each side of the drumstick with oil. Pick the largest drumstick and stick your meat thermometer in this one. When this one is done, the rest will also be done. Back to the wood chips. So now they've been fully soaked. Before you drain the water out, add 1 tablespoon of allspice berry and 10 bay leaves. Just wet them so they don't burn in the foil packet later on, and it helps them keep their flavor. Transfer them into a heavy-duty aluminum foil and make a little pouch. Use a fork to poke some holes so that the smoke can escape. This will recreate the flavor that the pimento wood provides. Let's return to the charcoal chimney. Once you start seeing the top charcoal get some white ashes, pour these into your charcoal tray. Let it heat up for about 5 minutes and then clean the grate. Use a wire brush. Then soak a paper towel with oil and grease the grate. Repeat this twice so that the grate won't stick to the meat. Since we're going to cook for quite a long time, add a few unlit charcoal so it will extend the heating time. Place the foil packet on top of the charcoal and we're good to go. We're using a 2-zone method here, and we're placing the chicken on the cool zone, which is the side without charcoal underneath. For ventilation, we closed one side and opened up the flute. Cook until the meat thermometer reaches 165. I usually flip the chicken in the middle of cooking, so it'll heat up evenly. During this time, if you ever notice the grill temperature drops, or that the chicken internal temperature hasn't increased very much, just add a few more pieces of charcoal in, and the temperature will rise back up. While waiting for the chicken, you can use the remaining seasoning to make a dipping sauce. I like to add some apple juice, and it really helps bring some of that sweet, fruity flavor. How much of the juice depends on how sweet you want the sauce to be. I just add like a ratio of 1:1, the same amount of apple juice versus the same amount of remaining marinade. We ended up thickening the sauce until it was about half of its original quantity. The temperature is now finally 165. Let's move the chicken above the charcoal and sear it for about 5 minutes, and then it's done. Let it sit 10 minutes before serving. The inside is so juicy and tender. With all the effort that was put into the seasoning, the flavor is so intense. Together with the sauce, the sweetness is well balanced with the heat from the habanero. It tastes so great. Very good. For the air frying method, we're using the same marinade except we're adding 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. This will help us get some of that smoky flavor. We're still going to marinate a day ahead. The next day, take the chicken out of the fridge and preheat the air fryer to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, we're going to stick the meat thermometer into the largest drumstick. Add the chicken into the air fryer and spray each side with oil. When it is about to reach 145 degrees Fahrenheit, flip the chicken to the other side. Take the chicken out when it reaches 165. Let it sit for 10 minutes and it'll be ready to eat. Wow, look how juicy it is on the inside. It's so moist and delicious. Even though it doesn't have quite the same smoky taste as the grilled version, it has a nice complex flavor from the seasoning, and it still tastes great. The skin is crunchy on the outside, and it took less than 15 minutes of cook time. It's very quick, very easy for a great result. That's pretty good stuff. I like to use the leftover dipping sauce the next day to make some shrimp. Just toss it in the pan and let it reduce for a little bit, and voila, another wonderful meal is done. The shrimp tastes as great as the chicken, and nothing gets wasted. Thank you for watching until the end. We hope you like seeing these 2 methods of cooking jerk chicken. And comment below and let us know how your cook turned out. Make sure to like and subscribe for our future recipes, and click the bell button to get notified.